very first mistake I made while I was a student is I didn't set goals at all. I was just doing it the way I like. I was doing everything on my own, and I think that was actually what affected my grade so much. When I was in 200 level, I was faced with so many challenges academically, and those courses that we were doing there was absolutely difficult. Sometimes I regret it now, and there's nothing I can do to it because time has gone already. Right here on today's video, I'll be sharing with you the mistakes I made while I was a student. In this video, I'll be sharing with you those mistakes and how exactly you should avoid those mistakes. If you are new to this channel, welcome to this channel. I am Abayomi, and right here on this channel, I drop in tips and strategies that can help students learn and improve in their academics. And if that sounds like something you're interested in, please consider subscribing to my channel right now. Now, the very first mistake I made while I was a student is I didn't set goals at all. Now, I would like to share a story of what actually happened and to show how I didn't actually set goals and the impact it had on me. See, when I was in my year one, I only entered having in mind that I want to have good grades, but I didn't actually set a goal whether I wanted a first class, whether I wanted a second class upper or a second class lower. I was just doing it the way I like. Although at the end of year one, I actually passed all my courses, but due to the fact that I didn't have a goal of where I wanted, I found myself in 2-1. Now, when it got to a point somewhere around year 3, then I discovered that I actually had the capacity to even have first class, but then it was too late. It's dawned on me then that if I had set a goal and I was pursuing it that time, I would have gotten it. But I was not pursuing it. I just wanted good grades. I just wanted to pass. So what I'm telling you now as a student is that if you set goals, you have a target on what to do and what exactly you want and how to work towards it. Now, let me share a specific example of how setting goals has actually helped me. Now, after some time in my 300 level, I started setting goals. Then I started having specific grades for each courses that I was offering them. Then those grades, sometimes I put A 80 something, A 90 something, A. But then I might not get to that particular grade, but I find myself having A's. It's very important for you to set goals, because if you set goals, it makes you have a target. When you keep visualizing the goals you have in mind, you'll be able to get there very fast. But if you don't have goals, you don't even actually know when you are achieving what you want to achieve. You don't know when you've gotten there. You don't know whether you are improving. You don't know anything. You are just going just like that. So it's important for you to set goals. Another mistake I made while I was a student is that I couldn't believe I could expand my capacity as a student. All I thought was intelligence was static. I made this particular mistake while I was in 200 level. I was faced with so many challenges academically, and those courses that we were doing there was absolutely difficult. I struggled. Then when I got to 300 level, the courses in 300 level was more difficult. But then, due to the fact that I already knew where I was regarding my CGPA, I was able to work harder, and I discovered that I really did very well in that 300 level course. When I looked back to my 200 level, I could actually do well in 200 level. But then I didn't believe I could expand my capacity then. The 200 level work was actually simple, but then I could not believe that I could expand my capacity. So as a student, you should always have this mindset that you can expand your capacity no matter the challenges you might be facing right now. Always have this mind that you can improve and expand your capacity and expand your intelligence. It is very important. Another mistake I made while in school as a student was that I thought I could do everything on my own, because when I was in 200 level then I was actually going solo all through. I read on my own, I was doing everything on my own, and I think that was actually what affected my grade so much. But it was until when I got to 300 level, I met with some other colleagues, and they actually told me some things they had to do in 200 level that made them score high grades, which I didn't know about. So it was when I got to 300 level, I met them, and some of them were giving me some some tips, some strategies they actually used to get high grades then. And it was when I got to 300 level, from the information I had from them, I was able to repackage myself, and I was able to adjust, and applying those things they told me actually improved my grade. So it is very important for you not to depend on yourself, because you might think you know it all, but then there are some updates that your colleagues know about that you don't know. So if you meet up with them, you collaborate together, they'll be able to help you, and they'll be able to reveal some things that you don't know, and you'll be able to reveal some things to them that they don't know. So in that sense, there'll be a kind of collaboration, and everybody will win at the end of the day. And another reason why you should not depend on yourself alone, you should meet up with your colleagues, is because there are some textbooks that you don't know exist that can help you learn and put you ahead of your other colleagues. But if you are always isolating yourself and you think you can do it on your own, you miss out from all those benefits. And at the end of the day, you might lose at the end of it. Another mistake I made while I was a student is time mismanagement. I do this a lot of times, even when I was in 100, 200 level, 300 level, and 400 level. Time mismanagement is spending more time on activities that are more desirable to you rather than your academics. So it is very important to be able to, because you are in school to learn and your major business is to focus on your academics. So it is very important to manage your time and put less time on other activities and prioritize more time to your academics. That is the most important thing. Check out this video where I talked about how to create an effective study schedule to help you manage your time well and know what to do and when to do it. It is very important as a student, and that was the mistake I made. I was able to cut off irrelevant conversations with people that are not adding value to me, or irrelevant gathering, or just talking about things that are not relevant. Anytime you have, you should be studying, or you should be doing other things that you needed to do, not just wasting up the time and doing things that are not adding value to you. It is very important. Another mistake I made when I was a student is listening to other people about certain courses. Now, there are people that you meet up and they will tell you, oh, don't pick this course. If you pick this course, oh, lecturer taking it is so very, 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 it's so very harsh. Now, I talked about collaborating the other time, but now picking courses should be a personal choice, should not be dependent on what someone has told you, because that person is talking based on his own belief towards that particular course. So it is very important for you to, even if you have interest in a particular course, don't let anybody convince you that you should not pick it. And basically these courses could be elective courses, or elective courses, so to say. So if you feel you are interested in this course and you feel other people are picking a certain course, you just go for what you like and face it and prove them wrong. And that is what I do most of the time. Because when I was in 200 level, some of my colleagues actually convinced me to pick certain courses, but then these courses are not aligned with what I really wanted. But then I picked it because I followed bandwagon effect, because every other people were doing it, I actually did it. But it was when I got to 300 level things changed, because I was able to know courses that I'm interested in, even regardless of whether who picked it or not. It could be just five in a class, but then I picked what I wanted, and I was able to pass it at the end of the day. But don't be scared because people told you that I should not pick this course. Don't be scared of picking it, because it's about you, not about them. And you should always do what interests you, not other people are saying. And that's the very key thing. Now, in as much as you need to focus more on your academics and you need to prioritize your academics more and manage your time, this is another mistake that I made while I was in students. And sometimes I regret it now, and there's nothing I can do to it because time has gone already. But then, do not focus on academic work alone, because you are missing out from other activities that can add value to you, in terms of joining organizations, clubs that you can network and meet other people And also you can engage in other activities that add value to you, or you can just run a business if you want. If you So you should be able to manage your time in such a way that you'll be doing other stuffs and you'll be reading. And when I was in 400 level, I engaged in some tutorials. I was teaching some of my colleagues and some of my junior colleagues, and they were paying me. And at the same time, I was reading. So at that point, the whole thing was so tight in such a way that is either I am reading or I am teaching. But it actually built me in a way, because now that I'm out of school, there are times that I needed to do multiple things at the same time. And due to the fact that I've had the experience in the university, it's not new to me again. So it is very important for you not to focus on academic work only. In as much as you need the grades and focus, but try as much as possible to engage in other activities that are aside from academics that can add value to you, and you'll be able to network with other people. It is very it is very important. If you got value from this video, please smash the like button and also subscribe to my channel. And you check this video on other tips you need to be able to position yourself as a student and get better grades at the end of the day. So thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.